Hello everyone. This video is going to be about what to do if your child has suicidal ideations, and it covers a few different things associated to that. Suicide rates are on the rise. It is actually one of the leading causes of death in the United States. However, despite ongoing efforts to solve the problem, not many people are well informed on the causes and how to help people with suicidal ideation. The situation becomes scarier when it hits closer to home. What do you do when your child is having suicidal thoughts? Is there a way to detect signs of suicidal thoughts before they manifest? Suicide doesn't have to be a life and death issue. Not when you can find the right information and professionals that are ready to help. So where does the suicidal thoughts come from? Which is honestly a really big question. Suicidal ideation, or suicidal thoughts and ideas, are contemplations, wishes, and preoccupations with death and suicide. There is no known single cause of suicide. However, it is thought to have a relationship with various mental health conditions. Even so, it doesn't mean that any illness causes someone to think about suicide. Previous research on the issue revealed that most people who committed suicide had interacted with a mental health professional or sought mental health services at some point in their life. It's important, therefore, to pay close attention to all verbal and nonverbal cues from people who have either contemplated suicide before or shown various warning signs. So what are the warning signs? Although it's not always obvious, you can detect early signs of suicidal thoughts in a child, and they may include, but once again, as I always say, not limited to, your child has actually said that they want to kill themselves. You find a suicide note in the form of a letter, email, social media post, or a text message. Your child finds no reason to live, feels hopeless, or consider themselves a burden to others. Your child has tried to commit suicide before. All of a sudden, your child seems like they are making final arrangements. They may say goodbye to friends or begin giving away their most valuable possessions. Your child makes sudden dramatic changes, like losing interest in favorite activities, withdrawing from family and friends, changes in eating habits, disregard for personal hygiene, and sudden change in body weight. Your child develops a sudden interest in dangerous items like guns, or you may find pills or something that you didn't know about. If your child has been engaging in unexplainable risky behavior lately, it could be a red flag. Things to look out for include drug and substance abuse, self-inflicted injuries, seeking revenge, and fits of rage. Although I will say that cutting and stuff like that is not usually towards suicide. It's more about trying to live. Help a child with suicide thoughts. Contrary to what you might think, talking about suicide with a suicidal child will not make the situation worse. Communicating with them about the issue makes them feel that you are concerned about their well-being. It might open a gateway for your child to open up about their thoughts. Other strategies that may help include, but not limited to, identifying triggers. Since there is no specific cause of suicidal ideation, the best chance of preventing realization is to know what triggers the thoughts. Mostly, it will be anything that brings about feelings of despair. Try to avoid such things as anniversaries of loss, listening to sad music, or leaving at-risk children alone. It's essential to investigate and get to the bottom of bullying, physical abuse, or sexual trauma. It's been found that children who undergo these issues may be more at risk of suicidal ideation. Also, if your child has symptoms of mental illness such as depression, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia, have them treated by a doctor to reduce the likelihood of developing the suicidal thoughts. Have them promise not to do anything right now. As you have a conversation with your child, let them know that there is a difference between thoughts and actions. Explain that suicidal thoughts don't have to become a reality. Instead, they can let the thoughts pass. By promising not to do anything drastic or to wait a week before considering taking action towards suicidal thoughts, you may help your child find time to recover from the underlying issue. Keep your home suicide-proof. Get rid of or hide sharp items like knives and other blades, and keep medicines and other drugs like alcohol away. If they are on medication, be present when they are taking it to prevent an accidental overdose that may not actually be accidental. Know your child's friends. It helps to know the people your child interacts with, even if they're in their teens. Try to be on good terms with your kids' friends, their parents, and school staff. In the event that your child is in danger, those close to them but away from home may be your best chance of finding out early enough. They may also be a great help when you want caring people around your child for the needed support. Participate in therapy. Therapy for suicidal ideation begins with showing love and empathy. Along the way, it might help to find a mental health professional who has experience in dealing with suicidal children. Make an effort to get involved in the recovery process of your child. This may include group therapy or family therapy. How not to worry when you're not around. This can be very, very difficult. When you've had to help a child out of suicidal situation at least once, it can be an unsettling idea to leave them on their own. Despite the challenge, it's important to try to give your child normal parenting. Try not to leave a child with suicidal ideation alone, but if you can't manage, have someone trustworthy watch over them while you're gone. Always have the suicide prevention hotline on speed dial. And now with the community page, you can find the links or phone numbers to the suicide hotlines and some specific, such as the Trevor hotline for LGBTQIA plus children. Other than that, there's a few of them out there that either have the call line, the text line, or the chat line. So, if your child is suicidal, do your best and have the communication open. Communication is key. As long as they know that you love them and that it would be horrific for them to be lost, to be gone. Sometimes a child will not want to hurt the ones that they love. And sometimes love can overpower everything else. Have a good day.